Well, well, well. Look at what we have here, a civil war brewing in the United States of America. If only we had seen this coming, we could better prepare for what is going to happen next. We have individuals with long guns standing their ground on the streets of Minneapolis. We have multiple people being called to arms across the United States of America, with an entire political class claiming that they should fight back against the federal government. They're not saying the exact words to go and smoke National Guardsmen in the streets of our country. They're just letting the people come to those decisions themselves. They're saying our Constitution is under attack. They're saying your freedom is under attack. They're saying that we have an insurrection already working inside of the United States of America today. I want you to take a look at some of this video I have for you. Start to put some of these pictures together yourselves, folks. We are very, very close to full go time inside of our country.
We're here to arrest a child sex offender. And you guys are out here honking.
Oh, they're not. No, we're pressing. We're not.
That vehicle right there is honking and impeding our investigations while we're trying to arrest a child sex offender. That's who you guys are protecting.
Now, I've brought this up multiple times. If you knew SWAT was coming in after a group of gang members, right? And you started telling those members, hey, SWAT's coming. And then you went up the street and you said, turn here, SWAT's coming this way. And then you helped them to evade law enforcement by telling them everywhere that SWAT and law enforcement was going, you would be in a jail cell within the next 60 minutes. And we're reaching that point in the USA where they're not going to let people protest anymore. And what we're seeing is the left side of politics, whether they believe that they are justified and right in doing this or not, they are going to allow the ushering in of so much tyranny inside of our country that people will feel like they have no other options but to fight. And that's probably one of the scariest things that I have seen in the last couple of days. Speaking of that, some people are starting to catch on. They say a civil war is brewing right before our eyes. You guys watch and you tell me. I'm seeing a lot of plants, and what I mean by plants is I believe that we have government instigators working inside of these protests right now, and if by any strange trap they are not aligned with either the left or the right side of politics, then you can bet your last bullet and Band-Aid that these instigators are here, trained and being set out by a foreign government agency. Just like the CIA works in these other countries, their versions of the CIA are at work here inside of America. This guy F's around and he's about to find out right now. You see, if you spit on another individual, you are assaulting them. It's a bio attack. You might have some sort of communicable disease that now you have given to that person. It could be something like herpes. You could be giving them just some other sort of transferable disease. You will go to jail. Look at how he finds out the recourse for his actions here. Let me tell you, they are giving this guy the workover behind the video. This is purposeful. This guy stands up in front of the video because this guy just assaulted a law enforcement official. He just spit into his mouth, whether it's covered by a face shield or not, and they are taking him down. I guarantee that every pressure point, every elbow, every knee to the groin, and that's just what's happening while this guy is still out on the streets. You want to think that you are feeling the pressure of what is happening in our country? Go screw around like this and then find out what happens where the cameras cannot record. They'll yell, "Stop resisting," and beat the living out of you, and you will have nothing that you can do about it. Your bruises will be seen by a jury of your peers as being justified because you didn't have to be there, and you definitely didn't have to spit in his face. Keep moving, folks, because we've got a lot to cover here. Here is part of the U.S. Pentagon's 1,500. They're saying they're the 1,500 bringers of doom. Now, these 1,500 are going to go into major upsetted points of our country. It's going to start with Minneapolis, but I'm telling you right now, it is not going to end with Minneapolis. You're going to see this across New York. You're going to see it across Georgia. You'll see it in Florida if necessary. And some of those governors will be quick to call them in. They'll say, heck yes, bring the boots. Bring that new Venezuelan weapon down here. Let's get these protesters puking and bleeding out of their ears and eyeballs in the streets. We just entered. I'm not even going to say we're entering into a new time. We literally entered into it. And this is all happening at state level. When you peel the skin back and you start to see that this disease goes into the bone and it's in the blood system, you know that what we're doing with Greenland right now, the moves that we are making on Cuba, what's going on with China and Russia, that we are going to be living a life of missions and operations if by some unseen act of this great world we don't get pulled back from the brink of complete American destruction. And I really think that that's coming soon because let me tell you, we have a lot of friends in different areas. A lot of them are both pro-immigration enforcement. A lot of them are law enforcement. And we have a lot of friends who stand way on the other side. And I'm talking about Billy Joe on the other side. A couple of our other friends are on the deeper other side, in the south, in the north. They're all saying the same thing. They made a plan. What will they do when the martial law comes? What will they do when ICE is no longer enforcing immigration and they start enforcing maybe gun takeaways? Maybe they start thinking everybody has to show that they don't have a drug on them. That's what they're planning for. An America that is completely embroiled in unrest.